Okay, guys. So a couple days ago, my Diamond Press pet auto ship came in, and I went ahead and made a card, thinking I was going to wait for this other auto ship to come in, but I went ahead and just did what I was going to do and left it at that, right? So we made a little sweet card. Actually, we made this card. And then, of course, the auto ship came in later that day, like I had mentioned. So let's open this up. So people always ask whenever I have something like this, how they can get it. You could have gotten it when you first signed up for the auto ship that, you know, they presented on HSN, I don't know, over half a year ago at least. I think on this one, because that was auto ship number 5, the one I just showed you. So I don't know if this is the last one. There might be one more. I went to look so I can number them correctly, but usually I do even numbers like 6 or 4 or 12 of them or whatever. So if it was 7, that'd be kind of weird, but who knows? So again, the only ones that are available now are the overstock ones, and I think the only one they have on HSN is like the Valentine one, but whatever is available, if it is, I'll link it for you guys. Those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. I know, well, that's the pets one. This one is a different auto ship, I should say. But I do know that Diamond Press sometimes has some of the auto ship extras on their site. They don't have any right now that I know of. Even the pets ones that they had sold out. And then this one says Diamond Press Collage Auto Ship Summer Fun. So I don't know, is this the one that comes with the corner dies or what this one is? No, I have no idea what auto ship this is. I want to say it was a celebrations set or something like that I might have gotten into. I am not even joking. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Celebration Collage. Is this the first one? It's been months. It has literally been, I think this is delayed because there's no way. Because when I think about it now, the other one was like months and months ago. You guys remember I did like a little set where you had like stamps in different areas, kind of like the LGS Creative postage collage type things, or I guess Waffle Flower if they're the first ones that came out with that. I don't know, but somebody asked like, why did all the companies copy each other? Because that's what they do, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I told you that's what they do. Like when everybody has mermaids, everyone has mermaids. Everyone has this. They have the things that look like what's it called? Wax seals. Everybody has that, right? But this is an LGS Creative one. But the Waffle Flower one is very similar. Move this and it knocked this stuff over. I mean, how much different can they be when it's like literally the same kind of thing, right? So, what are you gonna do? But let's see. So that's what this is from. And then again, a really long time ago. So that's why I was like not sure at all what that was referring to. This one does come with the sticky sheets and with the applicator and with the information on how to use them. I will say some of the newer kits that I've seen from Diamond Press do not include these things. So just keep that in mind. It does come with a marquee refill. It does have the extended one because there is a slim line size die in here. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't miss any, because honestly, this was so long ago. I'm like, did I just miss some? But they should just ship out, right? And then you have your stencil and you have your stamps, again, that you mix and match with the initial set too, right, if you want. So let's check this out. And I guess I'll probably go ahead and use it today. I don't know. Why not, right? So it's a stamp pattern, stamps to desired squares, right? So these are the stamps, and then this is, you know, your A2 and your slimline, super cute. Use included dies and stamps to embellish the backgrounds. I mean, they put something in every little space. You don't have to do that, but we have congrats. You have grad, which, to be honest, it's just missed anything that I know of that, but I guess you can send a belated kind of congratulatory thing, because this literally just arrived yesterday and it was already, well, at least here at my school district, they're done. And then the colleges graduated even earlier. So we have the flowers, the dies. Of course, that doesn't mean you'll have them next year, right? I guess that's the other. You have your books with the apple. You have your little sandcastles. But like I said, I feel like this is delayed. You have your sunglasses, the little graduation, your diploma kind of thing. The sun, all these things with dies. Popsicle, ice cream, graduation cap, little like citrus sandals. Oh, they have the left and right on that. That is so cute. Beach ball leaves, I guess. Shells, some, watermelon, some beautiful shells, and then like a tropical leaf. And then just giving you a little more inspo, I guess, just to put on your card base. It does come with the stencils again. Let's check these guys out. This is interesting, actually. Okay, I was gonna say there's probably 2 of them because for each size. So again, for the A2 size, Oh, there's 3. Wow. So, you know, if you want to do this all blue and all pink or whatever, so they're separate enough that you don't really, well, these guys are kind of close, I will say, that you can use different colors on each one and everything's colored in. Same thing with the slimline. And I think if I do this today, should I do a slimline? Did I do a slimline last time? I just came across that card too. It's funny as I've been cleaning up in here, you know, because I always just put my cards in like a little basket and it gets really full. Like right now, honestly, I have a pile of cards right next to me. If I show it to you guys, it'll probably fall over, but I have all these things. And then more of them. That was just the very top layer. And then I put them in a little basket. But anyway, I think it was an A2 is what I did last time. So you have your stamps, you know, and sentiments and all these cute things. And then you have, again, your elongated cutting folder. Oh, did I only show the one? Okay, I guess there's 2 sheets. And then the dies. So they're showing you here. Okay, no wonder. I was like, they went right to this. That's number 3. I thought this was the first one. Sorry, guys. So 1, that's why I was like, okay, they just like stamp it. I cut to die cut other layer, whichever one you're going to use for that thing. You obviously do your stenciling. And that's it. So that's what they're showing you there. All right. Pretty straightforward. I mean, we could figure that out. So we have our slimline, our A2 size. That's really cool. I think this is very cute to have these pieces. These whole backgrounds. And then like confetti, you know, the congrats with a die, the words grad again. And then all these things. So I am just going to get right to it. I guess why not? Yesterday morning, my kids slept. I made 5 videos, you guys, and they didn't get up until like almost 10:30 or 10 o'clock. So I was like, perfect. Like, honestly, if they can sleep and grow, which is what I imagine they're doing, that is very good. Especially Miranda. She's been getting up early. She's like, that's good, because next year she has her schedule going to middle school, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so like, oopsie. Sorry, that sounded horrible. Very sad about that. She's a big girl. She's like, they start school earlier, so she's gonna start getting up earlier. I'm like, no. In the summer, go ahead and sleep. You sleep. You just sleep, okay? Let's know. We don't need to get up early. Let's see. I have this one cut in half, but I need like a. You can put this on here. Actually, perfect. Okay, so it does matte layer for A2. So you know what? We can do that. So this is 8.5, and obviously this is a little bit smaller than that. So let me trim off this piece here and I'll run it through the marquee. Of course, any machine that cuts the metal dies, you can run these through. And I do angle it as much as I can, just so that when the rollers go through, they don't just hit and bump over, so that it hits a little bit, even though it's a little bit, as it goes, right? A little bit different. So let's do that. And then I usually hold it, but this one is so big because I can see it's kind of moving over here. You know, that happens. And it's going to start, see how this came all the way out of the way? Let's see what happens. No. Yeah, no, that's not good. Not good. That's why I wanted to hold on to it, but guess what? That didn't work for me, so let's see what happened. Let's see if it cut. I don't think so. Yeah, it went off the side. All right, guys, I'm going to do it again. I'll be right back. Okay, that, honestly, the first time that has happened. So I gave myself more paper, and I'm just going to see if it doesn't bump, hopefully, because I angled it, obviously, too much, because it ended up sticking out outside the folder. But this is what I'm trying to say. I try to hold on to it, at least, as much as I can. But this guy's a big boy, and I can see why, you know, I had the issues I had. So let's just let it go through. And you can see, I mean, it's already kind of moving. Even the folder is moving, so not great, but let's see what we get. Okay. Looks awesome. So yeah, don't take my, you know, I always angle, but I think since this is so long, like it really just moved a lot. So don't angle it. Just run it through straight down. I tried to just readjust that bottom part. And it did cut, but it double did the hole. So I'm like, yeah, that's okay. We can waste that one. Not a problem. And okay, let me get some inks, clean up a little bit here, and I'll be right back. Okay. I guess we can pop out all these little holes. I didn't really do that yet. I mean, here's the thing. Unless you're on the Autoship, you're probably not going to receive this. And, you know, it's very seldom that they have overstock. But I will say what this cut was A matte layer is 8 1/4, so I'm assuming it's going to be 3 1/4. Yeah, in the other direction. And then this matte layer for the A2 is, I would say, I think these are going to be, it's just about 5 1/2. It looks like it, by 4 1/4, at least the metal. So it might be slightly smaller than that, right? Okay, and then as far as inks, I was like, let me just grab something that, hold on. Something that looks cool, and this one's called Warm. And there are some different colors in here, although to me these are reds, oranges, you know, for the most part. So I don't really know what I was going to do for this card, so I'm just going to go for it. But you know what? Maybe some lime green, huh? Some green. I feel like we need that. Let me move some of these things until I clean up, and then I start doing things, and I start stacking things, and it's like, nope, those things need to go away. So we have a lot. So I'm thinking if I do like a tropical kind of looking, we might want some green. Okay, let me grab this. And slimline. Where are the leaves that we have on here? We have one tropical leaf and then some like flowers. Okay. I'm gonna start with this one, even though this is number 2. It's whatever you want. And I'm gonna do something fun, I think. I hope. So I'm just eyeballing this where I think it should go. That looks pretty good. You don't have to do the inking if you don't want. I'm gonna grab this. Light green. And you guys already know this has tons of green on it from other, see how it's doing that. So it's not gonna be that light green that you see. It's gonna be green that reconstitutes, because that's just how I do it, guys. Okay, so some green. I'm gonna leave that on there because what I'm going to do next, I know you have these big stamps too, that you can definitely do colors plus the stamp. I mean, maybe a light yellow and then stamp an orange or something. That'd be really cute. But for right now, I'm going to grab, oh, there's a couple leaves. Okay, good. I thought there were a couple different leaves, but I wasn't 100% sure. My goodness, stuck on my finger. See, my nails are giving me some inspo, but I'm going to do green. So I'm going to take this guy. And let's go with this parsley color. I know this evergreen one has kind of like a blue tone to it. So I'm going to take this guy. And I'm still going to use this to kind of do some stamping off the edge. And I'm just going for it, guys. It is a little bit slippery because of the plastic of the stencil, so just keep that in mind. And maybe this one will go like this over here. And some over here. And maybe I'll put that to the side. We'll bring this other leaf. You can definitely color these in. For me, I just want them to be like background kind of cuteness. Really press when you're on the edges on this corner. Like this one, I missed the little corner a little bit, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take that off. And look at that. That looks so pretty. Sorry, I have a lot going on here. Let me move some of these things to the side. Okay, I think I'm done with the green. I do like green though, so I was thinking I might bring some back, but let's try some other cool crisp colors. This one has 2 long areas and then a smaller one. So let me think if I want, oh, maybe some of the flowers, huh? Oh, this is cute too. Let's think. Do we do flowers? And they don't all have to be the same, but okay. So let's come in here with this. Oh, and this is a really small guy. I probably should have grabbed something bigger because, to be honest, this is a good size, but... And again, you can use those single stamps, or you can use those big boys that are intended for this. And these could all be different colors. Okay. Okay, so I'll use the big stamps so we can try those out too. And then I was going to do pink, but I like the sun. Maybe the blue? Okay, maybe blue. See, we're just going for it, guys. I was just going to do all pink or all those whatever warm colors. But ooh, teal's also pretty to bring in, huh? But let's go very light blue. And that one's very light, to be honest. Let's go with this one. And this one has like a teal color on it, doesn't it? That's all right. Okay. And so I'm going to go with number 1 now. And I keep having these wrong. I guess they're oriented this way, guys. I guess it depends on how you have this, right, set up. If I had it the other way, the wording would be on the other side. But you're obviously just finding your squares and rectangles. That one looks good, but I will say it needs to move over just a little bit, maybe something like that. And I want this very light, so I'm not going to do too much. Cute. So super light on that. And I'm just debating, do we just go for it as far as the stamping, or I'm going to go with the darkest blue here, because now we're stamping mode. Where's my other stencil? I thought it was over here. There it is. Rinse those off in a moment. Because some of these on the big one, like, it's kind of scary to me to just go for it, but let's see what happens. And again, you can leave the stencil there, but I don't know why you would want to. What did he say? Sending sunny days and happy vibes. That's what I was thinking about. Oh, maybe we put that one there. And just do the blue water. Okay, so we have a little water. So cute. And I'm just going to eyeball this, but if you want to use a stamp positioner, then go for it. Do that. And make sure it's touching every area before we really remove that. Look how cute. That blue's really dark. And then maybe down here. And again, you can use the icons. Doesn't have to be these pieces. Cute. Okay, so those are blue. And then I'm going to go back to pink, or these warm colors, for the flowers. Cherry. We use this one, huh? What does this apricot color look like? I don't really know. Let's see. It's like orangey. That's cool. Okay, so let's go with this and this. And this guy. Cute. Okay, I don't want this to end up touching the paper because it's kind of bent a little bit. So what if it does touch it? So let's just go with that. Oh my gosh, I might have done that crooked, but it really took it in. Look at that. How cute. Okay, I am going to... maybe not. I was going to use a stamp positioner for this long one, but you know what? Actually, it's this one over here. I'm going to put... No, I'm going to put the sentiment there, huh? So I need to do... Okay. So we need to do 2 of them. And I'm just going to go for it. I do have this little stamp positioner here, but I don't know. That's all right. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. So this guy, ink it up really well. Oh my gosh, this is a little bit scary, guys. And just making sure. And you can see like where it touches the paper, because all of a sudden the orange looks darker. I don't know how to explain it. So you know it's actually making contact with your paper. Look at that. Cute. And then over here, same thing. Oh my gosh, scary. I might have been a little low on that one. I can see that. Oh well. What are you gonna do? I missed this top part, but we have the cute things that maybe we can add in there that help us cover that up. Or help me cover that up. I always say when it's my mistake, I'm not saying us. It's not us. That was me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I need to rinse those off. And then you have all these cute little things. I mean, you can just stamp different sentiments within here. You don't have to do just these big old, cool wishes, warm days, cute little sandcastle. You're the coolest. Thanks. I'm just going to stamp this. Sending sunny days and happy vibes. I'm trying to think if I should stamp it in black, just so it's really stark, I guess. I'm using VersaFine ink for this one, and I'm just eyeballing that, and I'm just going to go right down in here. Again, I just went for it on all these, but you know, whatever you got to do. Looking good. That's very cute. Okay, I have a lot of things to wash off. I'm gonna go take these, rinse those off. I'm gonna take all the little holes out of here, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, so I just cleaned that up. And it's ready to go. I'm just gonna make a background or a card and all that. And I think I'm gonna have a matte layer too. So for a slimline card, I do 8.5 by 7, so when you score it at 3.5, it's 8.5 by 3.5, but you know, whatever you like. So it's already 8.5 in one direction on the 11-inch side. We need to do 7, and I could have just cut 4 inches off, but that's all right without extending the arm. But go to 7, or just cut 4 inches off, and then oh, I should have left that out because I do have some. Well, I can do the math, no worries. Oh yeah, we're gonna score it at 3.5, so 8.5 tall. 7 in this direction, but we're going to score it at 3.5 on that 7-inch side. And yes, one day I'll take the plastic carrier off of my trimmer. There's nothing wrong with the trimmer, it's just that plastic is on there. Okay. Because that's how I am, guys. Alright. I told you whenever I had met my husband, I had a little Toyota Corolla that I had bought brand new, and it still had the cover on the radio, the little plastic, just like on the radio, just like on the little faceplate. And, you know, he was in my car, whatever, and first dating, and he took it off, and I was like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Why would you touch anyone's personal property like that? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, okay, 8.5 inches in this direction already, because that's just what it is. So I'm going to cut it at, instead of 3.5, at 3 3/8, because that's what I like. So just 1/8 of an inch smaller. And that means in this one, I'm also just going to take 1/8 of an inch off the 8.5 side. So, right here. I'm just taking off 1/8 of an inch, guys. There we go. If you want to run that through an embossing folder or something cute, just to add a little more texture, you can definitely do something like that. I'm gonna pop this on here. I will say, if you want this to be more of a landscape mode card, you can still do that with these sentiments. Maybe not that long one, but like these other guys, just stamp them in this direction, right? So cool wishes, and you're reading it this way instead of in this direction. So you can definitely manipulate that if that's what you want to do. It does not have to go in that just one direction. Okay, I was looking for my glue and I don't see it, so I'm just going to glue this down. Nope. I do like to cap it off at the ends, and I will say when you're using something like this, especially in a card like, I'm just doing dangerous things today. It's, you know, I'm going to look at the top, look left and right, and just let it release it a little bit at a time as I'm coming down this way. And even doing that, I still got it a little bit off. A little too much on this side compared to this side. Okay, well, that's what happened. And then this guy, whoosh, this one, you know what? I just want my regular glue. This one's like the fine tip. Here it is. But it's not tipped over. I don't really want to go on the edge of this because I know some of the glue will end up in these little holes. The strip there. And you'll see it. So I don't want to bother with that. So let's just go over here. I'm probably going to put some weight on this to keep it down for a little bit. Just really get that one down. Cute. Just a little light blue, a little something. That's so funny. I had said, oh, I don't want to, I'll show you what I mean. I didn't, you know, I was just doing this by eye. I was like, oh, I don't want my ink to get on the white part. I got it right there. Because it was on the stamping block, you know? So just touch that because see how it's a little bit wonky. So anyway. Okay. I'm going to put some weight on this. And just let it sit. Try to just make sure it's nice and flat. And then we'll probably do some of these other pieces so we can have like little bits here and there. But I'll wait a minute for that. I'll be back. Alright, let's see if we're ready. That's pretty nice and flat. I mean, that can be your card, right? I mean, good to go. Very cute. But we'll add a couple extra little things. I was thinking about the flip-flops. And then I was thinking, well, if we stamp them on colored paper, you're probably just good to go. You know what I'm saying? Just pop them on somewhere. But is that boring? We should just color them. So let's do that. So, okay, I'll do the flip-flops and then maybe the little sun. Flip-flop, sun. Sunglasses. Maybe we cover that up a little bit with the sun. Maybe like we had talked about. Sunglasses. Maybe the flip-flops go here. Do we need one other thing? Maybe just a flower? Sure. Okay, so let me grab some of this. Oopsie. Almost dropped that. And some marker paper that I used recently. Alcohol ink marker paper. And that is funny. Okay. I just used this and all of a sudden it was buried underneath a couple other of these guys. Like, how is that even possible? But okay. And I'm just going for it because these are, you know, like a fine line. It's no big deal. And I'm assuming there's separate dies for these. I'm just going to give them some space. That's pretty cute though, because if you want to just stamp these in a fun way, you can definitely do that. I'll just put them here. You know, you can play with those. Or have a card where it has like one and the other, even though it's not really footprints, because obviously it's sandals, but I think that'd be really cute. Okay, this one should have black all over the lens. And if it doesn't look too opaque to you, you can always come in with pig, like I would say Pigma. These guys. What are they? I always forget what they're called. Micron. Yeah, I guess they are called Pigma, which is kind of funny. You can color that in, you know, a little better if you want. And then this guy. So we're gonna let that rest for a moment. Then we're gonna come in and color these guys in. And I hope I have dies for all of them. Oh, I missed the corners on that one. I think I just inked it up wrong, to be honest. Let's put it over here. I think I missed those corners, yeah. Okay. I'll clean up a little bit and grab my alcohol ink markers, but definitely let that dry, because if you go in to do right now to do it, you are going to smear that ink. Like, yeah. So I'll be right back. I don't know if these things are ready, but I am ready. So let's see. For this flower, and I'm just going to do like the smallest amount of, oh, good job. Smallest amount of color. So I'm going to go in with this pink right down the center. And then that's just the darkest pink, and then go in with the lighter one. Sorry that I got a little extra out there. I suppose I could use my blender to get rid of that. But again, I'm not going to spend too much time. I think we already did quite a bit of work on the very base. So let's just kind of do that. And while it's still a little bit wet, maybe I'll kind of come in here and add a little more of the dark color down in here. And where that makes more sense, down in here. Sure. And then I hope this is alcohol ink marker paper. I thought it was. Right now it looks pretty dark. The sandal, you know, I do usually like to use very dark grays to make something look black. I mean, you can definitely go in here with black. I don't think it's the biggest deal, but I'm going to go with a dark, dark gray down in here for most of it. And then I'll finish it off with a medium color gray. Just so it's not too stark and you can still see the detail on what we're doing. So there's the darkest gray, and then go back down in there, pull that through. Down in here. And maybe our sandals are like a yellow color. Yeah. Let's see. That's dark yellow. I'm just going to go like in here for from dark yellow to light yellow. Again, skipping that medium color. Let's get this in here. And just all around. Not the biggest deal on this. I'll do the other one basically the same, but I might come back in with a little bit of that dark just to kind of add a little something. Okay, we'll do the same thing with the other one. Sunglasses, red, pink. I like fun colors, but I guess we'll go with red. Oh, okay. I used the wrong side. I was going to use the skinny side. Yeah, I'd rather use the smaller side. Sorry, guys. So let's go in here. And just like to right there. I wasn't really going to blend this too much, but let's go with the light red. Pull that through. And that's a little bit better. And go over this a little bit more. Something like that. And then the yellow sun, I mean, I do have yellow here, so maybe we go back in with that same yellow. And do dark yellow around here. Again, I'm just kind of messing with this, guys. Get that lighter yellow, go right down into the center, and then do it again around the edge. And then we switch out to some orange, just for fun. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I don't know where I got these colors from. I'm mixing a bunch of stuff. I have marmalade and orange here, so let me see what those colors look like. There's that one. And then this one. Okay, those are definitely different. But what I'll do is I'll start at the base here with a little bit of that darker color. And then just pull it through to the tip with the other one, and maybe even with the yellow. Again, so that one, I'm going to go to a bullet tip because that's, so let's see how bright that is. Okay, sorry guys. I was like, I'll just come back, but we're still together and working on this here. Okay. And then maybe get that yellow. And just blend the whole thing through to the tip. I don't know. It kind of softens the color, dulls it a little bit instead of being as bright. I would have liked to keep the bright, but that's okay. We redid it, so then we're going to stick with it, guys. Okay. That's fun. That was like a little Halloween candy at the beginning. Okay, I'll finish up this one, and then we have our dies. So, let's see. So that looks perfect right there. I don't know if it is, you know, but that looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to hold that down, as many pieces as I can at once. If I can do the flowers all at once, we'll do that. If you don't think that it is perfectly lined up and you're not sure, you can make yourself something like this. I'm going to cut this off just so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's say I have this piece. You can make yourself a little aperture or a little guiding window, whatever you want to call it, but look for a flat area kind of on your die. Run it through. Sorry if I shook the camera, I just did that kind of fast. And definitely if you want to drop shadow, you know, run this through paper that coordinates, then you have your drop shadow. But you can just come back over here and then look through and see exactly where you're going to die cut. And if you're happy with that, like that's pretty good. Maybe a little more this way. It looks symmetrical. I don't think we have to find a certain area, but I don't know. That looks pretty good. Make sure this pops right back down where it came out of. Right? Okay, put another piece of tape. And for this one, I don't have much out there, so I'm going to put it towards the inside. And just run it back through. I'll run this one through while we're here and see how we did. See how we did. By just eyeballing it, right? So this is just eyeballed. Hey, not too bad. I mean, it's a little bit off right there. And then this is with a guiding window to help us out. Pretty good. Okay, I'll finish that and cut out my flower and my 2 sandals, and I will be right back. Okay, I will be truthful. I eyeballed those, so let's see what happens. Let's put those things to the side. This one I wasn't sure because I didn't know if it was, yeah. I think the flower probably has a certain way that it needs to be put on there. So if you did an aperture, like I showed you that little guiding window, you would definitely cut that where you need it to be. And these guys I eyeballed totally, and look how perfect that came out. Cute. Okay, let's pop this up a little bit. So we're gonna need some dimensionals. Obviously that's what we did this for, because if otherwise, what was the point of, you know, doing die cutting? You could have just stamped them on there. So I'm gonna do a couple of dimensionals on this one, but then flat down towards the bottom, or a lower profile dimensional down towards the bottom, whatever it is. And I wanted to cover up my oopsie, and I think that did a good job of doing that. So there's that, but I am going to hold this down. Not everything has to be dimensional, you know. I was thinking about putting the sandals there, the glasses here with the sun, and then maybe just a little flower here. Oh, you know what? That did bother me the way I did that pink. That's just kind of sticking out there. So I'm going to take my blender, which is basically an eraser, guys, and just kind of get rid of that. I'm going to keep highlighting, just touching over that pink area where I got the darker pink. And basically what you're trying to do is erase it. And all that means is that it pushes it through to the back side of your paper. So you see that little dot of super pink? It's because I was just on there. And basically it pushes the color away. That's all it does, guys. I don't know that I need this one popped up that much. I'm going to use the more, a little flatter dimensional. And then you have the leaves. The leaves that also have dies, so if you want to pair this with some leaves or whatever. I'm going to pop this up in a different way. So the dimensions going that way. This is flat here. This one, the dimensions from there going flat here. I don't know why I feel like the sunglasses have to go kind of in the same direction. And I think I'm just going to stick them down. Again, not everything has to have dimension. Okay. And then these guys, let's do one flat and one with a little dimension. Right, so that's that. And then this guy, a little dimension on that top part, flatter on the bottom part. Be that is so cute. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that down for a bit, clean up a little bit, and then we will take a look at our handiwork. Okay guys, so this is our card. Really cute and sweet and fun, and lots going on, you know, with the water, the little palms, our sentiment there, cute little flowers here and there. I love the little sandals. That looks adorable. And there it is, guys. So just an idea. So thanks for watching. Again, I'll have images coming up. I don't know if even the initial iteration of this is on HSN or available, but if it is, I'll link that for you guys. And if you received yours, let me know and have fun with it. All right, guys. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.